To be great is a feat of human capability. To remain great, however, is a demonstration of thriving on the fringes of what is possible. For sports that are dominated by fine motor coordination, quick reaction times, and split-second decision-making, to remain great is a talent possessed by a select few. It is widely believed that as we age, our ability to react to stimuli, particularly in high-performance environments, worsens with age. Numerous studies corroborate these widely held beliefs. But the question remains, how long can high-performance athletes compete at their highest heights, in pursuit of the highest prizes? After testing the reaction time in hundreds of adults, the time it takes to begin acting after a stimulus is presented slows with age, albeit significantly so after the age of 50. There will almost certainly be some variation to these numbers across performance environments. We can begin to construct a picture where there is a point at which athletes operate within their optimal peak and over time will decline in terms of performance. For sports such as track, boxing, and motorsport, reaction times are critical indicators of performance and are requisite not only to achieve greatness, but also to maintain greatness. Rarely, though, do we have the opportunity to see athletes remaining on top year on year, and beyond what most would consider beyond their peak performance window. Even fewer have the opportunity to see how wide that performance window might be over time. Many athletes choose a must. Other athletes must retire in their late 20s to 30s due to the performance loss that requires significant and persistently quick abilities to react to their high-pressure and highly competitive environments. Muhammad Ali was a titan of his time and set the world alight in heavyweight boxing, taking his last third title and final title at the young age of 22. The Jamaican superstar and fastest man alive, Usain Bolt, burst onto the scene and as an instant sports icon in track and field. He too retired in his 20s, at the age of 26 after laying down his mark for running the 100-meter dash in 9.58 seconds. And in Formula One, Nico Rosberg took what would be his first and only world title at the age of 31. For many athletes, and specifically those that remain in their respective sports, performance will drop over time. But for those athletes that remain, the outliers, the window of performance can be extended for significant periods of time. Feats occur after 20, after 30, and into what many would consider too old for significant sporting accomplishments. There are examples of these outliers in high-reaction, high-performance sports. Bernard Hopkins won his boxing title at 46 years of age. Kim Collins was the first athlete at 40 years old to run the 100-meter in under 10 seconds. Juan Manuel Fangio won his Formula One title at nearly 50 years old. When we take a look at the F1 grid, are there any indications of these types of outliers in performance that could indicate not only longevity in the sport, but also longevity at the high level? We measured reaction rates by drivers in the early phase of the race start during the 2023 campaign. By measuring the time it takes each driver to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, we can capture the reaction of each driver after the lights go out to when the driver reacts by dropping the clutch, responding to wheel slip and throttle position off the line. We first started by looking at the distribution of reaction times by age, and performed a one-way analysis of variance to determine statistical significance of reaction time. For the 2023 campaign, we found that there is no impact of age on reaction time in drivers aged 21 to 41 years. The top performance of each group include Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso, who had his own group as the oldest driver in the group. We next took a granular look at reaction times stratified by age to view the reaction performance of each driver specifically. Once we ordered the data from fastest to slowest reaction times in the early start phase of the race, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, and Charles Leclerc were the top 3 fastest performers, with an impressive average difference in reaction time of only 0.018 seconds. What is immediately revealed in this analysis are the positions of the 2 oldest drivers on the F1 grid in terms of reaction speed. At 39 years old, Lewis Hamilton had the second fastest average reaction time in the 2023 campaign, representing a reaction time greater than 90% of the entire grid. Fernando Alonso, at 41 years, ranks 5th overall in terms of average reaction time in the early phase of the race and is faster than 75% of the grid. Lewis Hamilton and Fernando are unequivocally great drivers, and are showing us that their greatness can be maintained. They might be the oldest racers on the F1 grid at present, but we are the midst of truly outliers of performance. If given the appropriate machinery, these data imply that we may well see the first world champion of the modern era at the age after 40. Only time will tell, but for these 2 champions, it looks like time is on their side. Thanks for watching.